because you could be a baddie and a fangirl at the same time. Am I right? Like, period. Okay. Listen, Rome is mine. Okay, Rome, he is mine. Okay, he is mine. Like a whole video. It's just, if I could give it 6 stars, I would give it 6 stars, baby. I absolutely love this series. Like I said, book 4 and 5 really ruled it in for me. I was just like, dang, this is so good. So book 4 and 5 really had me on the edge of my seat. Logan, woo, like I said, it was a bunch of book boyfriends during these past 2 months that just made me swoon. My heart. Whew, this took me through the ringer. If you like Pretty Little Liars, then you will like this. And Get Out. Hey Playmates, welcome back to our clubhouse. Today's play date is we are going to talk about what I've read in March and in April, y'all. I've been so behind telling you guys my reading wrap up and I feel so horrible, so please forgive me. I feel like these months have just been colliding into each other and they have been going way too fast, but what can we do? Time flies when you're having fun. So I'm super excited. Also, you guys can follow me on my Goodreads. I'm almost hit my reading challenge, my goal for the year, which is, let me pull it up for you guys. So my reading goal for this year, 2024, was to read 52 books. And I have read 49 books of the 52 books, so I literally have to read 50, 51, 52, so I have to read 3 more books, and then I would have reached my goal. So I'm 32 books ahead of schedule, which is wild, and I am 94% done with my reading challenge. I'm really excited. That just makes me feel really, really good, and yeah, y'all, like, and to me, like I said, it doesn't really matter how many books you've read or if you complete your reading challenge or not. Y'all, I'm eating these peanuts. They are so good. It's my new snack. But anyway, it doesn't matter how many books you read. I really hate that, you know, sometimes in the book community, people are doing it for the wrong reasons or making people feel bad over how many books they read, or you might even be making your own self feel bad because you may feel like you're behind or you're not reading enough. But girly, dude, it's okay. As long as you're reading and enjoying and reading what you want to read and you're having a good time, that's all that matters. And I'm simply doing these videos just to kind of reflect on the books that I've read, kind of keep them in my memory, as well as give you guys some recommendations. And I would also really like to know what you guys are reading as well. So I'm just going to pull up my Goodreads. I'm so behind on my book journal as well, so I need to catch up with my book journal. But for today, if you see me looking on my phone, I'm just looking at the books that I read. So like I said, I'm really behind, so I have to go all the way to 3. So we're gonna go all the way to March. So the first book that I finished in March was The Overlord, the book 1, and I gave that baby 5 stars. You can go watch my reading vlog on it. I just really enjoyed this book. It is a book translated from, I think, Japanese to English, so I'm really grateful for that. The author really seems really cool when I read the author's notes. He just seems so lovely, about Mr. Kugain Mariyama. He just seems so interesting and cool. And I'm also going to do my makeup while I talk to you guys. But yeah, y'all, he just seems so cool and humble. Like, he's so happy that, you know, people are reading his work, and you can just tell he really enjoys reading. And I also love the part where he talks about how he spilled coffee on his draft, and I thought that was just like, I was like, oh no. So yeah, so this is not going to be a makeup tutorial, so I'm just going to be kind of doing it but not really talking too much. I'm just using this is my holy grail. It's a Tattoo Studio 382. It lasts amazingly, and if you guys see me sweating through this video, I am in Mexico and it is hot. So but yes, I really enjoyed it. It's really good for people who love video games, and even if you're not, I feel like it makes it very entertaining and easy to understand. But especially if you're a gamer, you are going to love his lingo, his gaming lingo that he uses, and then you could just relate to the main character, Mabiyama, I think. I can't pronounce it all the way, but he's like an actual gamer in real life, and he gets stuck into one of his favorite video games, and it really becomes his reality in his real life. But he's the only person so far that's stuck in this video game reality that he absolutely loves. And he kind of like talks, it's just he goes on like these little missions, and it's very entertaining. Also, the main part is you have these beautiful illustrations inside of the book as well. So it started off like as a manga, so yeah, it's beautiful. So I definitely give that 5 stars. I really felt that was like a gem, and I still think that it's a gem because I haven't really seen that many people talk about it, and I just saw it in my library. And as you guys know, I am a library girly, so I saw it in my library and I was like, ooh, the cover looks so beautiful. Like I didn't know anything about it, and it just seemed so cool to me. Are you wondering what I just put on my lips? I have on the Rose special edition midnight lipstick. It's gorgeous. I always love orange and blue together. And I remember this, I got this lipstick for my birthday. The movie came out on my birthday, so I remember it like it was yesterday. It was like 2016, I believe, 2016, 2017. So yeah, y'all. And so yeah, so the next book that I have, that I read in March, was The Exes by Brandon Massey. He is a popular Black author. He writes horror and thrillers. So The Exes was like a thriller, dark romance type of book for me, and I really enjoyed it. It was really wild and insane. Like, it was just insane. It just made you think like, oh my goodness, like you need to get a restraining order on your ex-wife. This ex-wife was literally insane, and she just gave me like the heebie-jeebies. It was just non-stop chaos. And yeah, y'all, like I was like, let me see. I said this book was wild. Not only is the ex-wife delusional, but her entire family condones her insane behavior. And it was so true. Like, her family were yes men to her, to the ex-wife, to the delusional ex-wife, and they were condoning her crazy behavior. This book had me screaming, and I don't even know why the main male character was tolerating her. Like, he was trying to be so civil with this delusional ex-wife that I was like, what? I did enjoy the character Brooke. She was not playing any games, no nonsense. But yeah, his ex, Austin's ex, was very dangerous, very toxic woman. It was a wild ride. It had me on my toes, I will tell you that much. The next book that I read was Heartstopper, Volume 5. I think this is the last one in the series so far. I know Volume 6 is coming out, so I can't wait to read Volume 6, but I think they're just so adorable and lovely. Every volume, I just fall in love with these characters. Yeah, I just, my heart, they have my heart. Like, I love Charlie's shy personality mixed with sporty Nick's personality, and they just had me grinning ear to ear, baby. Their cute little highs, like if you know, you know, but their highs to each other gets me every time. Like, hi, like, oh, I eat it up every time. So like each time they say hi to each other, I get all giggly. And I just love how like Nick is so observant with Charlie. Like, he just notices his like his mental health when it's like getting drained, or you know, he's just so very observant and attentive to Charlie, and I love that. And it goes both ways. Like, Nick is also very attentive to Charlie is very attentive to Nick. They're just such a cute couple, and I would want either one of them to be my boyfriend because they are so adorable. Like, I love them so much. Like, they could just, I'll take both of them as my boyfriends. So the next book I read in March was, let me see, y'all, it is cranking. Okay, the next book that I read in March was Disappointing Acts by Terry McMillan. She wrote Stella's Got a Groove Back. I haven't read it yet, but it's on my list after reading Disappearing Acts, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I gave that 5 stars as well. It had me screaming. I have a whole reading vlog on it if you want to see my reactions on it, but it just had me really, like, it had me up and down. Like, it was a roller coaster between this couple. And yeah, I felt so bad for Zora at so many times, but Franklin had my heart too, because I just know how hard it is, especially for black men and trying to get on your feet. So I saw both point of views. I related to Zora's point of view, but I also understood Franklin, and things got very toxic. But you can see, like, the question in this book was, does love withstand, like, is love enough? Like, sometimes love, it just isn't enough, and you have to kind of like decide if, you know, if you're going to have that commitment part of the relationship. Is it going to withstand the obstacles that you guys are going to face in life, and how you guys are going to handle that? So handle your obstacles and letdowns in life, because sometimes people don't handle their, like, disappointments very maturely. So it makes it really hard on your, like, to self-esteem and ego, and that your anger may reflect on how you treat other people. So yeah. Then I read Living Dead in Dallas by Charlene Harris. So this was book 2 in the Sookie Stackhouse series, which is the True Blood series, which I haven't watched yet, which I'm so grateful for. They have the True Blood series on Netflix, and like I keep saying, I'm so happy that I haven't watched it yet. So I get to read all the books first, and then I can watch the show. But book 2, I gave it 5 stars, but it's not like my favorite out of the series so far. I'm currently, as of May 3rd, I am currently reading book 4. So comparing book 2 to 3 and 4, it just doesn't compare. But book 2 is still a really good book, and I give it 5 stars. But it just doesn't compare to the other 2 installments that I have read, number 3 and 4. But yeah, Living Dead in Dallas was good. It was still, like, kind of like setting up the stage, giving us more, like, history and character development and, like, more little quests and stuff like that. But I just really felt kind of, it dragged at some points, but it wasn't enough to knock it down to 4 stars. So, but now that I've compared, I didn't have anything to compare it to, but now that I can compare it to book 3 and book 4, baby, it just does not compare. But it's still 5 stars. But it's really, like, once you get past book 2, it just gets it just elevates after that. So yeah. Then I read Teen Titans. I was really on my comic little kick. So this was Teen Titans Raven. It was a special edition, and I ate this book up. It was Women's Month in March, so I felt really empowered. It's a very empowering women's graphic novel comic book. So I felt like it fit perfect for March, and I enjoyed it. The graphics were beautiful. I really liked Raven's personality and getting to know her, kind of like her background history and her story, and the twist I did suspect, but I enjoyed it. And I really, just like I said, the uplifting of women. And Raven had her room decorated with a bunch of, like, women empowerment posters and, like, others, like superwomen, like Superwoman and like Captain Marvel and all of these other great women superheroes. So that was really cool. And as well as Raven's fashion, Chef Kiss, her fashion sense was rock on, so edgy, so cool. I was like, yes, she had, like, these Converse boots that, like, I don't know, but her fashion sense was really cool. And it was set in New Orleans, which is one of my favorite places. So yes, the next book I read was The Red Queen, baby. You guys can go watch my most of all of these have reading vlogs, not all of them, but definitely watch my Red Queen reading vlog, because I really enjoyed this book. This was my first book by Victoria Allard, and I didn't even know that much about the Red Queen series. So I was going in blind, and I absolutely ate this book up. I read it so fast. I was reading it while I was doing my hair, like twisting my hair. Right now it's in locks, but before, when I was reading this book, I was a loose natural, and so I washed my hair and then I had to twist it, and I was still reading this book. That's how good it was. I did not want to put this book down. I was screaming around the house. Wow, that's all I have to say is wow. If you are a fan of Shatter Me, X-Men, maybe some Bridgerton. It has like everything that I love mixed into one. So yeah, it had like some Hunger Games in there, Divergent, Shadow in the Bone. It was so cool. It was literally like X-Men and Shadow in the Bone and Bridgerton and like all of that stuff that I absolutely love, all in one book, as well as you also get something entirely new and fresh. I was like, just give it all to me. You have love triangle, you have the drama, you have superpowers, you have lies, you have deception, arranged marriage, and the gore. Like, it was everything to me. I gave it 5 stars. I can't wait to read book 2. But yes, the deception, the lies, the being phony, being fake, being just wow. Like, who was gonna stab you in the back? Like, that book was so good. And then I read Sugar Baby by Celine St. Clair. It's like what it's in the title. I gave it 5 stars. It was a ride. This book was incredible, and the plot had me hooked because I really wanted to know what would happen to Agnes. And she's like this 21-year-old, and she finds herself being a sugar baby, as the title says. So it really was interesting just seeing how her life kind of would change. And it would really shock me, but she came from like a very strict household. Her mom was like very strict on her, so just to kind of see like this kind of good girl persona having to get into being a sugar baby, which is wild. So it was pretty interesting, and I would say like very dramatic and traumatic, and you're just on your toes to figure out like, you know, she's really going through this, like what? That's crazy. So then I read All the Lies, which is book number 4 in the Mind F series by St. Abbey. And I tell you, I literally devoured this series. I love every single book in this series. I did finish it, so my review and my reading vlog will be coming up, but I just kind of like wanted to have it in one video, so it will be coming up. But I did finish the 5th book like 2 days ago, so I love this series. Probably going to be one of my top series. It's really giving like a horror romance, and yeah. But book 4 was really one of my favorites out of the series, which is really saying something because I absolutely love all of them. This one though had me sweating, screaming, laughing, and cheering, and I can't. And it's really good. It just had me really bittersweet when I finished the last book. But book 4 really had me with my jaw open, especially the ending. I was like, oh, like what? So yeah, the ending was wild. Okay, of book 4. Then I read This Could Be Us by Miss Kennedy Ryan. You can also watch my review and reading vlog, but I gave that baby 5 stars, and Miss Kennedy Ryan actually commented on my mom and I's TikTok, and that was really, really cool because we were reacting to This Could Be Us, and she said, oh, you guys, I'm so happy you're enjoying it, and I literally made my whole day. I was so just elated when my mom said, guess who commented on our TikTok, and I was just like in shock, literally in shock. I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. This Could Be Us, I enjoyed so much more than Before I Let Go. I enjoyed Before I Let Go and I gave it 5 stars, but This Could Be Us, a whole nother level for me. I just related to it much more than I did with Before I Let Go. And child, the drama in This Could Be Us, it was wild. It was steaming. Yeah. And then Judah Cross, okay, Judah Cross. What a man, what a man. Ooh, all I just need him to do is lift my chin up and make me like have eye contact with him. Love him. We love a smart, intelligent gentleman. Ooh, that can also get a little spicy too. Ooh. I was swooning over Judah Cross so much. Yeah, I was a little jealous of Soul, to be honest, but I absolutely love Soul. I love how funny she is, how real she is, and how she really promotes loving herself, taking yourself out. I love that message. Her That's Me. The next book I read was Cat and Gamer. So now we're moving down into April. So April, I read This Could Be Us, and I read Cat and Gamer Volume 1, which I think is such a cute manga. If you love video games, once again, and if you love cats, it would be perfect for you. It was just so adorable, and like I said, I love cats. I adore cats and gamers, so I could really relate to the main character. She's kind of like antisocial. All she wants to do after she goes to work is come home and play her video games, and then she ends up with this cat, and this cat kind of just takes over her whole personality. Like, seriously, guys, like, cats and games, literally the best combo ever. And I'm such a gamer, and I love cats so much. Like, how can I not have the biggest smile while reading this manga? Like, it was so cool and funny. So then I read Overlord Volume 2. So this is the second book of the Overlord series, and we got introduced to new characters. I do have a review that I'm going to be uploading soon, but I had that same, like, I found a gem feeling. Like, this is a masterpiece. Like, just being able to jump into a video game while I'm reading it, it's kind of like a 2-in-1 special, and once again represented with the beautiful illustrations and this Marvel bravo. Then I read A Diary of Blood by S.D. Gibson. So this was very interesting. You guys know I love vampires. So yeah, it really felt like I was reading. It was almost poetic in a way. It was dark. It had like secrets being revealed. Like I said, check your trigger warnings with this one. But yeah, it was really nice. There's a tale on Dracula's first bride, and it's like love letters to him, kind of like describing her life and how it felt being with him, and then it leads to other things, and just like it's just like confessions. And I found it very interesting and beautiful and poetic. And like I said, I'm a sucker for vampires, so you know I ate it up. And yeah, I don't know. I did give it 4 stars. I just wanted more, like, I wanted more of a, like, an angrier or more evil Dracula. But other than that, it was good. And I also felt like it was repeating itself. But other than that, it was splendid. But I did give it 4 stars, like I said, just because I felt like I wanted a different type of portrayal of Dracula. I wanted him to be more, I just wanted more of Dracula in this book, and as well as I felt like it was draggy at some points, or like repeating itself. So yes, but I will be reading more of her books. Then I read Virtually Yours by Jeremy Holt. This was a quick little silly read. It's a graphic novel. I read it on my iPad for like color, for it to be in color, because on my Kindle everything's black and white. I give it 5 stars. I love that it had like diversity in it. I love the representation of black people in graphic novels, so I enjoyed that. And yeah, it was just really cute. I liked the concept. That kind of didn't know, it was kind of like how would I explain it, like a little dating little app like type of situation. I don't know, it was cute. The next book I read was Ace of Spades. My heart. Ooh, this took me through the ringer. If you like Pretty Little Liars, then you will like this. And Get Out. That's like the best way I can explain it. Like Get Out mixed with Pretty Little Liars. I like the fear that was growing inside me while I was reading Ace of Spades was crazy. And I was trying to like guess, and like some things I would guess and then some things not, and then how she would write it, it would make you think you know something and you're totally wrong. She would like it was just such a mind twisty psychological book that will make you angry, will make you cry. The ending was chef kiss. It was just chef kiss. Yeah, it was 5 stars, baby. You will have your face like throughout the whole book trying to guess what's happening. Is very interesting, and like who's responsible and who can you trust. And yeah, it was really giving Pretty Little Liar vibes with the messages and the fact that the person that the message is about never receives the message. Genius. So they're just walking around and they have to hear from somebody else that, you know, that they're getting exposed, like they're getting their secrets exposed, and there's racism involved, and it's just wild, yo. Wild. Then we have Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. Now this book has garnered a bunch of attention because of these you know, I'm just gonna say that I don't know how people don't like this book. I love Only for the Weak, okay? I enjoyed it. I give it 5 stars. Well deserved 5 stars, okay? It was definitely relatable, and it was definitely like the drama was there. It was very well written, okay? I would say it's giving like forbidden romance and also like a vacation romance. So with it getting warmer, this will be really fun to read it during this time, like especially during summer. Or yeah, I just enjoyed it. Yeah, and all I gotta say is Rome, he's one of my top book boyfriends. Once again, is giving beautiful black excellence, intelligent gentleman, but very spicy, but hella smart. That's what it's giving. I love it. I love it. And all I'm gonna say is yes, yes, and more yes to this book. I enjoyed it. I love all of the different and just successful friend groups and representation, and I could definitely relate to the main character trying to be a doctor, and better healthcare for black people. I just enjoyed this book, y'all. The drama, the chaos, let me stop. I don't want to spoil it, but a lot of the things that Rome did had my heart fluttering. I was like, oh, let me catch my breath. Yeah. Okay, like what stays in Tulum stays in Tulum, what stays in Mexico stays in Mexico. It's like, yes. But like I said, listen, Rome is mine, okay? Rome, he is mine, okay? He is mine. Like a whole video game developer? Come on now, you guys, like what? You had me right there. You had me right there. And then the list just keeps going on. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, but I don't know how like the only reason to me to rate it anything but 5 stars is the spiciness. It was definitely giving 50 Shades of Grey, but to me, you guys know your girl. Even though I look like I'm 5 years old, I am in my early 20s, and I do love me some spice, okay? So hashtag Scorpio. But yeah, so to me, all the spicy scenes, I like it. But I know a lot of people probably will be like, oh, I don't need all that spicy scenes. So maybe that's why I could see why people might rate it low, but that's like the only reason, y'all. The only reason, okay? But to me, spicy scenes are a green flag, okay? Okay. But I absolutely love this book. I'm surprised. I wish I would have read it sooner. I'll probably read it again in the future because it just gave, and I'm definitely going to be reading more of Natasha Bishop's work, okay? Because yes, you deserve your flowers. I need this to be a movie. Okay? Period. The next book I read was Cat and Gamer Volume 2. Just like I said with the other one, best combo ever. With Volume 2, it just got even more adorable. And yeah, y'all, the character that runs the pet store, Chef Kiss, I thought that was so cute, and their little relationship and like their little interaction, everything. So yeah, y'all, and like I said, the cat, I'm just in love with the cat. And when I go all the way to the end and you see the picture of the author's actual cat, adorable. So then the next book I read was Paint It All Red, the last book in the MF series. Like I said, this was really bittersweet for me, but it was a nice bow on the present. It was the icing on the cake, okay? I'm really sad that I ended the series, but I'm happy that I read it. It's probably going to be one of my top series ever. It just gave me everything that I love. It gave me spice. It gave me horror. It gave me mystery. It gave me gore. It gave me revenge, avenging. It just, if I could give it 6 stars, I would give it 6 stars, baby. I absolutely love this series. Like I said, book 4 and 5 really ruled it in for me. I was just like, dang, this is so good. So book 4 and 5 really had me on the edge of my seat. Logan, woo, like I said, it was a bunch of book boyfriends during these past 2 months that just made me swoon. So yes, y'all. Man, like I said, I just want more, but I just can't believe I'm done with the series. Whew. It's a good little horror romance, and what more can I say? If you're a fan of horror, romance, dark romance, little mystery, whew, it's just good. It's just good. Like, who? It's just a whole serial killer goodness, okay? And the last book, I think that was the last book that I read in April. Yeah, so that was the last book that I read in April. Stay tuned for my May TBR, and thank you guys for watching. And let me know what you guys read in these last 2 months. Like I said, y'all, I'm sorry I got behind, but it's better late than never, am I right? And I'm just so like thankful for you guys, and thank you guys for sticking to me. I love seeing our clubhouse grow, and like I said, I give you guys a little bit of everything. I feel like, you know, I do a lot of self-care on my channel. I love hobbies. I love fangirling, and you know, whether that's books, video games, music, movies, television series. I'm just such a big fangirl, and I love fangirling with you guys, as well as you gotta take time to have self-care, do your hair, do your makeup, and I give you guys all those tips as well, because you could be a baddie and a fangirl at the same time, am I right? Like, period. Okay. Anyways, y'all, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.